All right, everybody, and we will go ahead and get started for today. So again, let's go ahead, let's get our space ready. Make sure that you guys have enough room side to side, especially if you have your siblings, which it looks like both you guys got your siblings with you today. So make sure you got plenty of room side to side. We're gonna start out today again, just like always with our mobility work, and then we'll get moving into the main workout from there. So first one we've got, everybody, for mobility work, we're gonna work on some grunters today. So what I'm gonna have you guys do with these, we're gonna get into push-up position. Here, we've worked on these before. What I'm gonna have you do is we're gonna take that right foot. We're gonna go all the way up by that right hand, all right? Try to keep that back knee up off the ground if you can. We'll take it back, and then we'll switch over to the opposite side from there. All right, so just alternating back and forth. Try to keep your back knee up off the ground, and try to get that foot all the way up by that front hand, all right? So if it's a little bit challenging to start out, you can kind of work your way up there. But let's go ahead and get started on the grunters. You guys have 30 seconds. Let's go ahead and get started here, alternating side to side. And again, just like always, this is just our warm up here, so don't feel like you have to go real fast with it. Just looking for a little bit of stretch in the hips. All right, everybody, next up, we're gonna roll into our cat-cow stretch. So what we've got on these, all four position, we are gonna drop the knees down to the ground. What we're looking for from here is we're gonna push our back up to the ceiling, dropping our head down. And then we're gonna go belly button to the floor, bringing our head up from there, all right? Just alternating back and forth. And we're looking for a little bit of motion in our spine as we go through. So let's go 30 seconds on the cat-cow here. And it should feel a little bit of stretching through your mid-back. Might even feel it up into your neck a little bit. All right, next up, we're gonna roll into a book open exercise. So what I'm gonna have you guys do on these, lying on our side, we're gonna bring our knees up to 90 degrees, just like we're sitting in a chair. You're gonna take your bottom hand and we're gonna hold our knees against the ground. Top hand is gonna be in front of us. From here, keeping your knees against the ground, we're gonna open up, try to pull that back shoulder down to the ground, and then take it back to that starting position. All right, let's go 30 seconds on the right side here. And then we'll switch over to the left side from there. So just nice and easy. Should try to get a little bit more range of motion with each time you pull that shoulder back. And this is especially a good stretch if you've been sitting all day or working on classwork all morning. All right, from here, let's go ahead and roll our knees over to the opposite side. Same thing on this opposite side. Let's go 30 seconds on the book open. So keeping those knees against the ground, we're gonna open up with that top arm and then bring it back closed. 30 seconds. And relax. All right, everybody, we're gonna go into our activations next. So getting a little bit more active with these. First one we've got is gonna be shoulder internal, external rotation. So I'm gonna have you guys lie on your back. We're gonna bring our feet up close to our hips. Elbows are gonna be about shoulder height. We're gonna make fists with our hands. From here, we're gonna take our back of the hand, take the back of our hand to the ground, and then back to that starting position, all right? Now on these, we wanna make sure that our back is flat against the ground and we're not arching up with that rib cage. So keep your back flat and try to keep your elbows about shoulder height as you go through, all right? 30 seconds on the internal, external rotation. There we go. And if you have flexible shoulders, mobile shoulders, you probably won't have an issue getting the back of your hands down to the ground. And don't worry if you're not feeling too much of a stretch either. Like I said, that just means you're pretty mobile in your shoulders, which is a good thing. And relax. Next up, we're gonna roll into our dead bug. So again, these are the opposite of our bird dog. I'm gonna have you guys bring your knees up off the ground, your feet up off the ground at 90 degrees. Arms are gonna be straight up to the ceiling, all right? From here, what we're looking for is we're gonna go right arm up, and then opposite leg is gonna go straight out, all right? And then back to the middle. This time we'll go left arm up and right leg out from there. So let's go ahead and alternate with them here. We're gonna go about 30 seconds on the dead bugs. Think about keeping your low back pressed down into the ground So one thing that'll help with that is bring your head just off the ground and really think about tucking your hips back and pressing that low back down as we go through. Almost there. Let's go about 10 more seconds. And relax. All right, everybody. Next up, we're going to roll into a banana Superman. So what I'm looking for with this exercise, we're going to start out in that Superman position. So we're going to be face down. Arms are going to be up overhead. Legs will be straight back behind us. From here, we're going to lift our arms and our legs off the ground. We're going to keep our chest down on the ground. So it's just our arms and our legs. Lift them up. From there, without touching the ground with our arms and legs, we're going to roll over to our back. And then we're going to roll it back over to our stomach. And again, on these, we'll go the opposite way this time. So rolling right without using your arms and legs. And then rolling back to that starting position, all right? Let's go about a minute here, alternating back and forth. Try not to touch the ground with your arms and legs. And again, we're using that core to initiate that twisting movement as we go through. There we go. When we're on our back, just like we talked about with that dead bug position, we want to try to keep that low back pressed down to the ground as we go through. Almost there, everybody. Let's keep it moving. Now on these, we're not looking for speed. So just take it nice and easy. And relax. All right, everybody, we got one more here, and then we'll grab a drink of water. We're gonna go into our bear crawl, and we're just gonna work forward to backwards on the bear crawl. So again, on these, what I'm looking for, that all four position, knees just off the ground, and then we're just gonna work forward, about 5 to 6 steps, and then backwards back to that starting position, all right? Let's go ahead, down and back 3 times, and then we'll grab a drink of water. So again, 6 steps down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps back. And again, if you don't have as much space, just go ahead and shorten it up a little bit. Let's get one more down and back. Opposite hand should be moving with the opposite foot. All right, and once you get back to that starting position, let's go ahead and stand up here, grab a quick drink of water, and we will roll into our plyometrics next. We got some newer stuff for plyometrics today. All right, everybody. So first plyometrics that we've got for today, and feel free if you guys are still catching your breath, taking a breather, just go ahead and watch me for a second here. So first one that we've got today, we're gonna work on a lateral jump, all right? So before we worked on landing on the opposite foot, today we're gonna go double foot and we're gonna land double foot. So what it's gonna look like, set position here, we're gonna load, jump, and then land 2 feet on the opposite side. And I want you guys to go as far as you can with your jump here, all right? So make sure, again, kind of be aware of your sibling, where they're at, space it out a little bit, and then load, jump as far as we can the opposite way, all right? So think about them as individual jumps. I'm not looking for speed. We're looking for distance on this. So let's go ahead, down and back 3 times on the lateral jumps. Again, load, jump, and then take it back to that starting point. There we go. Think about landing soft here. Landing soft. Once you get 3 down and back, let's go ahead and take a quick breather. Next up, we're gonna work into jumping knee tucks. I'm gonna have you guys get 5 on the jumping knee tucks. So what we're looking for on these, again, think about them as individual reps. So instead of trying to do all 5 in a row, do 1, take a breather, 2, go from there, all right? So what we're looking for on these, we're gonna go into our starting jump position. So arms up, we're gonna load. After we jump, we're gonna tuck our knees to our chest and then land softly on the ground. So we're gonna be here, jump, land soft. Let's go ahead and get 5 on the knee tuck jumps. There we go. And those are a little bit more challenging than just our normal vertical jumps. So again, like I said, take them 1 at a time there. And once you guys get through with 5, let's go ahead and grab a quick drink of water. We're gonna go through that circuit one more time, everybody. So quick drink, and then we'll go back to our lateral jumps. All right, everybody, let's go ahead. We're gonna go through one more time of the plyometrics. Again, we've just got the 2 exercises, so let's go back to our lateral jumps. And we're gonna go down and back 3 times on these. So trying to get as far as we can with each jump. Again, we're gonna load, jump, land soft, and then we'll take it back to that starting point. So let's go ahead and get started here. One more down and back. There we go. Once we get 3, let's go back to our knee tucks. Last 5 on the knee tucks here. Last 1. And 5. Keep it going if you haven't got your 5 yet. If you guys are done with your 5, go ahead and grab a quick drink of water here. All right, nice job, everybody. We're gonna go about a minute rest. Next up, we're gonna go into our main circuit. So our main circuit today, we've got 3 exercises. Each one is gonna be, well, they're a little bit different. The first 2 are reps, the last one timed, and we're gonna shoot for 3 rounds. So first exercise that we have, everybody, is just gonna be a forward to backward lunge. So we're gonna start out with our forward lunge with the right leg. I'm gonna have you take a big step forward. We're gonna touch that back knee. We're gonna push back to that starting position. And then keeping with that right leg, we're gonna go back with the right leg and then back to that starting position. So forward and then backwards. On these, we're gonna get 5 on the right leg and then we'll switch over and get 5 on the left leg. So let's go ahead and get started on those, everybody. Forward and backward lunges. Again, 5 on the right side, 5 on the left side. There we go. Once you get 5 on that side, go ahead and switch over to the left. All right. Next up, everybody, second exercise is going to be our single leg hip bridge. So I'm going to have you guys go down to the ground. And what I'm looking for with these, we're going to start out. Right leg is going to be straight in front. We're going to push through that bottom leg. So we're going to lift our hips up and then take it back down to the ground. Lift them up, back down to the ground. We're going to get 10 on the left side, and then we'll switch over 10 on the right side. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start out with our right leg up, drive it up, and then back down to the ground. Let's go ahead and get 10. Now make sure as you guys are going through that we're not letting our hips tilt side to side, and try to get them up as high as we can. It's a little bit harder with just the single leg, but go as high as you can with it. Once you get 10, let's go ahead and switch. 10 on the left side. That bottom foot, I'm going to have you guys just keep it flat against the ground, so try not to lift your toes up. And 10. Last exercise, everybody's going to be our core exercise for today. We're going to work some side planks. So what I'm looking for with these, like we worked before, we're not going to dip the hips today. We're just going to hold that top position for 20 seconds. So again, that bottom arm, we want under the shoulder. Shoulder tucked in, top hand to the ceiling. And then we're going to lift our hips up off the ground into a straight line position. All right, we should make a T with our body, and those hips should be all the way forward. So today we are going for time on these. We're going to shoot for 20 seconds. So let's go ahead and get ready into our starting position. Again, hips on the ground, bottom elbow underneath the shoulder. 20 seconds. Ready, go. Lifting those hips up And just hold steady. I'll let you know when to drop. All I want you to think about in this top position is just focus on your breathing here, all right? So like we work on with our recovery breathing, deep breath in through the nose. Big exhale out here, almost there. And relax it down. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to the opposite side here. Same thing, we'll start out in that starting position. So elbow under the shoulder, top hand to the ceiling. Ready, go. Hips up. And just hold in that straight line, just like we're a statue. Try not to move your hips, try not to let them sink down. Now on these, if it's a little bit too hard with your legs straight, you can bend your knees and then go from the knees. So that's kind of a regression if it's a little bit too hard with your legs straight. And relax. All right, everybody, one round down. Let's go ahead and grab a quick drink of water. Jordan Chase, I see you're in the garage. I hope it's not as hot as my garage is because I feel like I'm baking right now. Peyton and Lakin, I haven't seen you guys in a while. Hope you're still there. Oh, there we go. I see you now, Lakin. I wasn't sure if you were working out with us or just kind of hanging out. All right, everybody, let's go ahead back to our first exercise here. All right, let's go back to our forward to back lunges. Again, we're gonna go 5 each side on these. So again, we're gonna start out feet together. Let's go with that right foot first. So it's gonna be that big step forward and then back into our back lunge from there. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's get 5 each side on the forward to back lunges. As you finish up with 5, let's go ahead and switch over to the left side. There we go, Jordan and Chase, keep it up there. There we go, Lincoln. Don't forget that back step as well with it. So it's gonna be forward and then backwards from there. All right. As you guys finish up, let's go back to our single leg hip bridge. Let's get another 10 each side. So again, starting out, let's go right leg forward, left leg down, and then we're just gonna push through that heel, getting tall, taking it back down to the ground. Let's get 10. And as you finish up with 10, let's go ahead and switch over to the opposite side. Now on these, as you guys go through, try not to let that top leg get too tall up. So what I like to think about is just keeping my thighs in line as we go through. That way I'm not cheating and trying to lift that top leg up as high as I can. We really just want to focus on how high we're getting those hips off the ground. And as you get done with 10, last exercise, just like that first round, is going to be our side plank holds. So again, on these, let's go ahead and get ready into our starting position. Elbow underneath the shoulder. Like I had said on that first round, if you need to go knees down on the ground, feel free to do that if it's a little bit too hard with your legs straight. But same thing on this round, we'll go 20 seconds. So let's go top hand to the ceiling. Ready, go. Hips up and then holding that top position here. Now, if you start to feel any kind of pain or anything in your shoulder, you can take this top hand and hold it on that shoulder and kind of pull in towards your body a little bit. And that'll give you a little bit more stability. So feel free to do that if you're feeling any kind of funkiness in that bottom shoulder as we hold this position. And relax. Switching over to the left side. Same thing here, 20 seconds on the left side. So let's get in that starting ready position. Elbow under the shoulder, top hand to the ceiling. Ready, go. Hips up into a straight line and then we'll lock it in. Again, on these, all I want you to think about is your breathing as we go through. So think about that recovery breathing. Deep breath in. Big exhale out here. Almost there, everybody. Let's go about another 5 seconds. And relax. All right, let's grab a quick drink of water. It's about 3:20 right now, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna move on to our core circuit. We'll just do 2 rounds of that main circuit. We're gonna go to our core circuit, and then we'll finish up with today with a little bit of stretching. So what we've got on our core circuit, everybody, 2 exercises. Like I said, we'll go 2 rounds through, and then we'll get it stretched out. So first exercise of this core circuit is gonna be cross-body mountain climbers. So rather than our normal mountain climbers, where we're bringing that knee straight up and then back out from here, what I'm gonna have you guys do on these today is we're gonna go cross-body, and we want to, if I'm going in with my left knee, I want you to go towards the right elbow and then switch. And basically, we're taking the knee to the opposite elbow as we go through. So we're getting a little bit of hip rotation, a little bit of hip turn as we go through. So these are gonna be for reps. I'm gonna have you guys get 10 each side for 20 total steps, all right? So let's go ahead and get started on these. Again, push-up position, alternating, let's get 10 each side. There we go. And those go by pretty quick, so make sure you guys are counting. Once you get 10, we're gonna go into a plank hold for 30 seconds, all right? So let me grab my timer real quick on these. All right, so elbow plank hold. Getting elbows under the shoulder, and we're just going hips up into a straight line. I want you to try to maintain that straight line as we go through. So we got 30 seconds on the plank hold. Ready, go. Again, just like with those side planks, I want you to be a statue in that top position. Focus on your breathing. 10 seconds down. Now on these, if you feel like your hips are starting to rise up, squeeze your butt, bring them back down to that straight line. 10 seconds to go. We also want to avoid letting our hips sink down too low. All right, so be honest with yourself on that straight line and rest. All right, let's go 20 seconds rest here, everybody. Grab a quick drink. We got one more round through of that core circuit, and then we'll get it stretched out. All right, and if you guys are ready to go, we'll go ahead and get started with this last circuit. So again, we're gonna start out with those cross-body mountain climbers. Let's go ahead and get one more round of 10 each side. So go ahead and get started when you're ready. Again, opposite knee to the opposite elbow here. And just 10 each side. Again, it'll go by pretty quick. And let's go ahead and get ready for our last round of the plank holds for 30 seconds. So again, elbows under the shoulder. Ready, go. Straight line, holding on here. Now, if you need to, if it's a little bit too hard to hold on for that full 30, you can go up into a push-up position if you need to here. 10 seconds down. Focus on your breathing. Got 10 seconds to go, everybody. Last 10 seconds, so we'll get it stretched out. And rest. All right, awesome job, everybody. Let's go ahead and get it stretched out, and then you guys are good to go for today. So let's go ahead and start out with our double leg hamstring and glute stretch into those pikes. So we're gonna go ahead and start out push-up position. Again, you're gonna keep your arms and legs straight, and we're just gonna push straight back, trying to get our heels down to the ground. So again, kind of making that tent shape, that triangle shape here. I know we're still catching our breath, so just focus on those deep breaths here. And we're just gonna go about 30 seconds on this stretch hold. All right, go ahead and relax it down. Last stretch we're gonna go through today is gonna be a pigeon stretch. So what I'm gonna have you guys do with these, we're gonna get up into that push-up position. Again, we're gonna take our left leg, we're gonna bring it across the body. We're gonna set our shin down on the ground, and then we're just gonna sit our hips back from there. All right, so your chest is gonna be up, that leg is gonna be across our body, And we should feel a little bit of stretch in the hip of that leg that's down and forward. Now on these, stretching is kind of individualized per person. So you might feel a stretch that somebody else doesn't. One thing you can do on this stretch, if you want to hold that foot down and kind of rotate your hips around, that'll also help you get a little better stretch if you're not feeling too much there. And let's go ahead and switch over to the opposite side. So let's bring that left leg back. This time we're going to go across with that right leg, setting that shin down on the ground. So from a front view, it's going to look something like this, all right? So same thing on these. You can hold that foot down and then just sit it back into the hips from there. Like I said, on this stretch, you should feel it in the hip of that leg that's forward. And again, with any stretch that we go through, it shouldn't be painful. We should just feel a light stretch. So if anything at all is feeling painful at the stretching, you might be either going too far or not quite doing something right or have some other kind of underlying issue there. And relax. All right, everybody, that's all that we've got for today. Jordan and Chase, Lakin and Peyton, I appreciate you guys joining me today. You guys are my Monday crew, so have a good rest of your day, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow.